How you doing? It's been a while since I've talked to the camera. I know this came out a while ago, but I want to talk about it. The live-action Death Note trailer that's coming out next month. Now, as somebody who actually really likes the original Death Note, I was not happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against remaking things or like turning books into movies or whatever. Like, I really like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and I really like The Princess Bride, and those are remakes. They're remakes technically speaking, but they clearly don't care about the original. So I've watched the trailer again, begrudgingly, and I'm going to analyze what I liked, what I didn't like, and yeah. So let's start off with what I did like because, I want to be fair. And there does seem to be some good things. The special effects actually look pretty good, and like in those weird action scenes that don't add up, but we'll get into that. You can tell all their creative efforts went into Ryuk, which isn't a bad thing. I love Ryuk, and Willem Dafoe is an excellent choice. Great, now I get to be relentless. Alright, so I'm gonna go from worst changes to slightly less bad changes that just kind of annoy me personally. Let's start with L. Now, I'm gonna get this out of the way. This is the original character. This is the actor that got to play him. I don't really want to address the race thing so much because I feel like you should choose actors based off of ability and not skin color. That being said, they got literally everything about his character wrong. Seriously, he's impulsive, over-emotional, wears shoes. The only things that they kept right about him are the way that he sits and his love for sugar, but they changed so much that there was really no point in keeping them. And the part that bothers me the most was that he addresses the public wearing some sort of headdress. That's not something L would do. The only times he ever addresses the public is behind a screen with a voice modulator to protect his identity. And addressing the public, even with his face covered, that runs too much of a risk for him, so he would never do something like that. Even in the first few episodes of the show, you don't see him. He's always in the shadows. Although the opening does kind of give away what he looks like. Next we move on to Light. Sweet, psychopathic Light. Yeah, they are trying way too hard to make him sympathetic and likable in these trailers. The original Light, when you think about him, he was a complete psychopath. He was a narcissist. He had a god complex. And it appears that Misa, or Mia in this case, is egging him on, which we'll get to that in a second. Other than that, he just seems like a bland protagonist who's making the wrong choice. Like, that whole "we're not the good guys" line that they used in the full trailer really annoys me because that's not something Light would say, and also it's kind of common sense because, yeah, maybe killing a bunch of people for your New World Order might put you on Santa's naughty list. Misa's gone through the same character detox that L had, but L is actually a favorite character for everyone, so that kind of annoyed people more, I guess. Which I love L too, and it does annoy me. She went from being a model who's kind of annoying but is at least smart enough to cover her tracks, to some head cheerleader who's like egging on Light to kill people. Also no sign of Rem, so she's probably not even the second Kira. So, no second Kira, I guess, which is one of the biggest plot points of the series. Now, instead of the ditzy model who can be smart, we have the head cheerleader with the personality of damp cardboard. And come to think of it, the relationship between Light and Misa is just totally misrepresented in this trailer because for those of you who haven't seen the show, just imagine Light and Misa as like the Joker and Harley Quinn. Like, He sees her as a means to an end and nothing more, and she clearly wants this relationship more than he does. But here Light is awkward, and Mies is gonna be the head cheerleader who sees the good qualities in him. I wonder if these people actually, watched the show. And this is kind of a minor complaint, but it makes no sense to me that they would call him Kira, because like in the original Japanese version, to them in Japan, it sounds like the English word killer, like Kira, killer, kind of makes sense, but this movie takes place in the United States. Why would they just be calling him some girl's name? Anyway, I think that's enough ranting for one day. I don't think I've gotten this angry about a movie coming out since the Rocky Horror remake, but to be fair, these are movies that deserve it. Anyway, I'd like to know about remakes that drive you up the wall, because we've all got that one movie that we just can't stand, and I want to know about yours, so let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.